Welcome to Michael
and Gina's
Excellent Adventures.
Today we'll be showing how we went to Rail Explorers in Boone, Iowa. So we're not exactly riding our recumbent bikes but we're riding these trail cars, and they were pretty cool. Don't you agree?
They were really cool. Yeah, didn't know quite what to expect, but they were cool to ride. Yep.
One thing I do want to advise you on is they are loud. So they do give away earplugs, so that way it muffles some of that sound. I would suggest that you use them.
There's kind of that clank, that rail clank, 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 and it was kind of loud, and I liked it better with the earplugs in, just to turn it down a little bit.
One thing we did have to do is we kept a good eye on the weather before we left, because their cancellation policy is 30 minutes before the ride they'll cancel. Well, we came from 4 hours away. As you can see, it turned out to be a beautiful day.
And it's busy, so I mean, you have to look ahead and
Definitely.
book. Don't just show up, because you'll be out of luck, I think.
Definitely. I was trying to get weekend tickets for 2 years now, and I gave up. We went on a Monday afternoon, and it was still, all the cars were full. It was still very busy.
And it's nice you're with, well, kind of, you start with other people, but they space the cars out when you go. So, the person ahead of you goes, and then you wait a bit, and then you go. So you really aren't like traveling in a big bunch. Sometimes you see them up ahead of you, but it really is sort of like you're out there just riding on your own and out in the woods, and there's not much along this section of rail. You don't see a bunch of houses, you don't cross a bunch of roads. It's very much just, rails through the woods, which is really pretty.
It was a beautiful spring day, and to say that the scenery was beautiful is an understatement. It was just the hills, everything was gorgeous, and it was so relaxing because the e-assist that it has is so powerful that you just pedal like you're in first or second gear on your bike. You're just spinning, not much to do.
So here they stop you before the bridge and, ask if you want a picture, and they'll take your phone and take pictures and stuff, which is really nice. And here's the bridge before you go over. It's kind of like, you kind of question when you first start off. I was hanging on pretty tight. Your seat buckled in, your rail car is fastened to the rails, obviously, but there's no railings. You're up there 200 feet above everything, but it's really cool.
It's beautiful. It's definitely beautiful, and it's breathtaking. It is intimidating. If you are afraid of heights, it's going to be very intimidating. If you are afraid of heights, I think you'll have the pleasure of going over, and it won't bother you that much.
And it's smooth. You're just like, here, we're just coasting over the bridge, and it's just, there's no fear of, we're going over the edge or anything. It was cool.
There's actually 2 bridges on this trail. We just have video of this one. The other one is not quite, it doesn't feel quite as high as this one is, and it goes over the Des Moines River, which was very beautiful.
Big, broad, sandy river, and my little malfunction with video camera and taking, we didn't get video of that, unfortunately.
Along with you is also 2 people that from the rail explorers that ride ahead of you. And what they do is when you get to this spot right here, it's a turnaround, so you get kind of a break, and they put all the cars on something that turns them around the other way. So if you were in the lead on the way out, you're going to be in the back part of the group on the way back.
But, pretty spot there by the river. One thing to mention, they don't have porta potties or anything out there, so there aren't bathrooms available for the trip. And, you can't stop or anything. You can't just, park on the rails and stop and look around. You want to just keep rolling along, but not like you have to be going, fast. It's just, so everybody doesn't bunch up and stuff. You just keep kind of rolling along.
But they do have a really nice trailer with restrooms in it, and it's not just one restroom. You walk into this trailer and there's like 3 or 4 stalls in there to accommodate you, and they are very clean and it's very nice.
At the start they have that, which is very nice. Again, just, woods and scenery and just very pretty, rolling along. I think the train museum that also uses these rails have some excursion trains where they'll go out with a train engine and pull some dining cars and things like that.
And this location was Boone, Iowa, and they have other locations and please don't quote me on this, but I think it's Kentucky.
Virginia, I think you said?
No, I think it's Kentucky.
Okay.
And Pennsylvania and New York. I thought it was West Virginia, but I don't think it is. I think it's Kentucky.
Okay. And this is the Boone and Scenic Valley Railroad, is a museum that's sort of behind the rail cars and is a separate venue, but it would have been nice to go see that, but it didn't look like it was open.
Alrighty, so I turned you guys' motor off, so this is going to be the hardest part of the entire trip. All you got to do is go from here, down that stop sign, and then Jordan, we're going to make sure table, and that's for the trip. Okay, good? Sounds good. Beautiful. Right.
Oh,
Yep.
this was
We
the
won't send
fun
you guys
part.
through the
This
feet.
was the hardest part of the whole trip, because when you're coming into the end here, they actually turn off your assist. So this was the hardest pedaling we had to do all day.
You got to feel what it was like to pedal this thing without assist, because it's probably hundreds of pounds, and it was, to get it moving. I mean, you got it moving okay, but yeah, you had to work at it a little bit. But they have signal flag people, watching intersections, and they watch and flag you through and stuff, and they're all very nice and very, will talk to you, and just, it's a very nice group that run it. You can see they have a lot of these cars.
And they have 2 and 4. So you can have 2 people in a car or 4 people in a car. And I know that on their website, on the Rail Explorers website, I think I've seen more. Like they might hook more than one car together, where so a whole family can go together, like 6 people or something. But again, don't quote me on that. I just thought I saw it on the website.
We're just making this up as we go along. Not really.
Kind of.
But it was fun. It was different. It was fun. Especially if you like train stuff and old trains, that's a certain plus. I like trains enough. It'd be cool to go to the museum and look around sometime. We'd love to go back or go to another one, maybe in fall color, or I could see doing this at different places around the country. Honestly,
Definitely, especially in the fall, with where it was great going in the spring because along the woods there was all those spring flowers that were blooming, and then in the fall we'd see all the colors, and I bet you those trees on that bridge would be just beautiful.
there wasn't a lot of it. You were out in the sun, so hot summer probably hat and that.
Right there's perfect. How's that ride for y'all?
Those kind of stuff probably would be a good idea. We bought some really cool, rail adventure
Rail Explorer
hats.
matching
Yeah,
hats.
had to get those, of course, because that's cool for us. What did it cost us? About $100 for the two of us?
$100 for the two of us.
Okay.
Less than 100. I think it was 99 for both
Which
of
I
us.
didn't think was really a bad price at all.
And they're from the customer support that you get when you book the ride to the people that were there, it was phenomenal.
It was great. Yep. Punky couldn't go, no pets allowed, so Punky was off trunking on his own, evidently. He did send us this postcard, though, so,
Punky with an attitude.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll stay tuned for our next adventures. Brought to you by Naughty Dog Productions. Wah-ha-ha.